If you're looking for the best camping coffee maker on the market, then my friends, you are in the right place. Now today I'm going a little bit off-piste and I'm going to discover whether this simple organic cotton little muslin bag could become your favourite camping coffee maker. I have no idea where we're going with this. This isn't even legit. I just kind of wanted to know if you could make a decent cup of coffee with one of these bags. Keep watching to find out. Hey friends, thanks for joining me. My name's Jane Sarche. I write recipes for a living. This is Myrtle, my gorgeous camper van, and it's together in this tiny little kitchen that we bring you guys awesome one-pot camping recipes. If that sounds like your cup of joe, feel free to follow the link in the description box below. Come and join our little community over on our website, hedgecombers.com, and join our tasty adventures. So this is definitely going to be the cheapest coffee maker we review in this entire series. This cost me a whopping 75 pence from my local market. Now, I don't know if I can find you this exact one on Amazon, but I will try and find the nearest thing size-wise and fabric-wise, and I'll leave a link to that below. So there are no instructions for me to follow with this one. I've Googled it, I've YouTubed it, I can't find anyone else making coffee in one of these. This is either going to be the greatest experiment ever or the most stupid. No idea at this point which way it's going to go. I bought two of these when I was at the market. This one is as was. It's still going to have some kind of dressing on. Even though this is organic cotton, there will still be a chemical. Even if it's natural and organic, it's still chemical and you don't want to be drinking that. So if you do go down this road, if this does work, just make sure you whack them in the washing machine first. And this one is the one I'm actually going to be using today because I've already cleaned this. I just put it in my sink and I poured a whole kettle of boiling water over it and then I left it hanging up to dry. That will have got hopefully all the stuff that they put on the fabric off. If I drop dead, you'll know that it didn't. There's not actually a huge amount of coffee in there. Probably a little bit less than I would normally choose to use, but it's all I've got, so we're just going to go with it. I'm just going to pour it into this little bag. I literally want every last grain. I could open this bag up, but I didn't bring my grinder, so I'm not going to. So my coffee is now inside. Now I'm just going to close the little drawstring. Can you place your bets before we go any further? Pop down into the comments below and place your bets if you think this is a good idea or a stupid idea. A thumbs up or a thumbs down will let us all know which way you think this is going to go. Now obviously I don't want the top of the bag under the water because if the grounds float they're going to come out the top. That is not sealed. So I'm just going to kind of do this, and once again this kettle is terrible for this. Most of the other coffee makers that we've reviewed say 3 to 4 minutes for an immersion type brew, so I guess I'm just going to sit here and jiggle for 3 or 4 minutes and see where that takes us. Okay, I reckon that's got to be 3 or 4 minutes by now. It smells amazing. Oh my god, that is incredible. Holy cow, people! I think we might be getting a thumbs up. So I'm just going to kind of pull this out and squeeze most of the water out. Wow, that tasted good. And then because my jar is empty, I'm just going to chuck that in there. I don't know what I would normally do in a camper van. It looks like an amazing cup of black coffee. It looks delicious. That is piggin' amazing. Wow. It might be that you can keep your £50 fancy coffee makers because I'm going to be using me a little organic cotton pouch. That's bloody amazing, people. Just wow. I'm getting very excited to the point that I think I might actually need to patent these as Hedgecombers coffee bags before anyone else jumps on the bandwagon. I'm going to have to switch this camera off because I just want to sit here and enjoy this cup of deliciousness. So with the power of the internet and technology and shizzle, I'm going to disappear now, but I'll see you in a moment / next week, and I'll tell you what I've learned about this incredible cheap coffee maker. I don't know what else there is to learn about it because right now this is up there. This is superb cup of coffee. Who'd have thought it? Well, what a surprising week that has been. This little bag has actually stunned us. This is the one that's never been used. This is the one that's still got the factory dressing on it. This is the one that we've been using a lot. And it looks, it's not looking very sexy. Let's be honest, there's nothing very appealing about that, and it's still wet because I made Johnny a coffee at lunchtime before he went back to work because I'm nice like that. Now, whether you're zero waste, so you're not into buying anything that's got plastic or silicone or anything, or actually any mechanical anything in it, like zero waste, this is perfect. Perhaps you're on an extremely tight budget and you would rather spend the budget that you do have on buying the quality beans to actually make the coffee than the £70 coffee maker or whatever, then I promise you, you cannot go wrong with this thing. It's amazing. Now, unfortunately, because I didn't buy this on Amazon, I can't actually link to this one, but I bought this at a local zero waste market stall in Cornwall. If I can find it online, I'll link to it down below, but I can't make any promises that I will find it online, but I will try. I have found some that look to be similar to this on Amazon, but obviously I can't tell you if they're the same without seeing them. So I can't see if the mesh is exactly the same, for example. I can tell you that the size of these bags is 3.5 inches by 3.5 inches with a little cotton drawstring, and they're organic cotton. And it's quite a fine mesh, like, I'm not sure that you can actually see that. Yeah, you can see my fingers through the bag, so it's not thick by any means. So I found that you get the best brew out of this if you use a very coarsely ground bean and if you brew it for 4 to 5 minutes. So the chunks of the bean are larger, which means you do need to have them in water longer. I find you get a really good depth of flavour into that brew. It's fantastic, kid you not. If you use a finer, like if you buy your coffee already ground and it's quite fine, then you are probably going to get some silt coming through the bag in the bottom of your cup, which isn't a big deal. It might just mean that you don't drink the last kind of sip out of the cup. I haven't found that being a problem, but like I said, I have just used really coarse grounds with it. Do you want some scores? You know they're going to be good, don't you? Now I'm going to mark them off as I read them out, because a couple of times now I've forgotten to read some out, and then when I come to editing I'm like, these numbers don't add up. So ease of use, I've given this a 10 out of 10 because there is nothing fancy about this. Like, you put coffee in, you pour water over, you zhuzh in a cup, you take it out, you drink. 10. Ease of cleanup, it gets a 9. It's not workless, like there is a minuscule amount of effort in cleaning this up, but it's a piece of cake. So I'm giving it a 9. Quality of a brew, I'm giving a 9. Now, I don't think I've given anything a 10 yet because I haven't had that, you know, I keep talking about that ethereal cup of coffee that I've probably only had like 4 times in my entire life. I don't know what causes it. I don't know where, I can't even remember where those cups of coffee were from, but this wasn't that. This was a damn bloody good cup of coffee every single time. Every time. There was no learning curve with this. You literally dunk and go. Brilliant. So it gets a 9. Value for money. This cost 75p. Really? If I could give this a 15 out of 10, I would, but even though it's my scoring system, I'm not going to do that because that would completely screw everything up. 10 out of 10. Value for money. If you're on a tight budget and you don't want to be spending, or you can't be spending money on bits of kit and gadgetry, but you do enjoy proper coffee, just go and buy a couple of these bags. I promise you will not be disappointed. Style, I don't really know what to say for style. I gave it a 5 out of 10 because, yeah, all right, it's not chrome and it's not shiny and it's not stylish. But I don't really care if it's stylish or not. It's bloody good coffee. Design, 8. I didn't really know how to score this one either because, like, it's a little cotton bag, the design, but it's as simple as it comes. Actually, everybody out there that drinks coffee, whether you drink coffee at home, in the office, when you're camping in your camper van, over a campfire, every single one of you, please go and buy one of these and just try it. Seriously, even if you've got a £5,000 coffee maker at home. So durability, I've given this a 10. Now, this probably isn't going to last forever, so it might not deserve a 10, but I'm giving it a 10 because A, this is my scoring system and I can do whatever the hell I want, but B, the thing I think that would go first is this bit of cotton drawstring here. It wouldn't be difficult to cut that, pull it out, and then thread a piece of ribbon through the top or another piece of cord or something. This stuff, durability wise, all right, it's not going to last for the next 10 years, but it's going to last a good long time, and it's certainly going to last 75p's worth. So yes, I was a little bit generous with 10, but deservedly so, I think. I think this is very hard to fault from a durability point of view. Waste also gets a 10 out of 10 because there is no waste. There's nothing. There was no packaging. There is no papers, filters, batteries, pods, plugins, extras, add-ons, upgrades. There's nothing. Cotton bag, coffee, let's go. Oh, I'm enjoying this. Weight storage, really? You need to ask? It's a 10. Wow factor. No, I've also given this a 10. This was really hard to score as well, but wow factor is like, I'm serious. You're out, say you're up a mountain and you've got a Kelly kettle or a thermos of hot water. You're like, oh yeah, do you want a coffee, mate? Yeah, all right, hang on. And they're thinking, what the hell are you doing? Yeah, it's fine, it tastes great. Dunk. Yeah, I'll drink that. And they're like, oh my God, that tastes amazing. That's your wow factor. The fact that you can get such a good cup of coffee from that. So when you tally those scores up, it seems that this tiny weeny little bag has got an amazing 91 out of 100 on our score chart. That is incredible. It really is. Please go and try this. You'll be amazed. So that's it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed this one. I cannot tell you how much I enjoy this, playing around with this bag. Johnny thought I was nuts when I started making coffee in it at the beginning of the week. Until next week, have a brilliant week and a fantastic weekend, whatever you're up to, and we'll see you in the next video. Until then, happy camping.